Mindy's Craft Shack. It's Melinda here at Mindy's Craft Shack. So today we're going to be doing a cups on how to glitter them using 3 different methods. So I've got my helper here today, my husband Mike, and if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. He'll be letting me know who's saying what and who's here and all that. So put a shout out, hi, and where you're from. Got my stuff all laid out here, my silicone mat. I've got my wax paper, my 3 different methods that we're going to use, the adhesive, the spray adhesive, the Mod Podge, and the epoxy. The first one we're going to do today...
We have Alma from KC.
Hi Alma, nice to see you here today. The first one we're going to do is the Mod Podge. And I'm going to start with that one first. So hopefully by the time we're done with the other 2, we can put on a second coat. Usually with the Mod Podge you have to do 2 coats. So with the Mod Podge method, you are using more glitter.
We have, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Tisa Zimmerman from Teague Valley, Oregon.
Hi Tisa.
I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
We're in Oregon?
Teague Valley.
Teague Valley. What's that by?
Hello from Mississippi. That's Amber Sullivan.
Mississippi. Hi Amber. We're just in Madras, Oregon. And so what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and just kind of twirling this a little bit. You don't want to shake it because you don't want a lot of bubbles in it. So I just kind of twirl it, or you can just roll it on your table. And then because I don't want glitter in my bottle here, I just take some and pour it in a Dixie cup.
We have Carla from North Dakota.
Hi Carla from North Dakota.
And Renee from Michigan.
Hi Renee from Michigan, how are ya? I do want to put a shout out there that we will have a drawing today. And the drawing today will be for this Hog 25 ounce Hydro Sport tumbler. I'm going to send a blank, so what you learned today, maybe you can put it to use and try to make your own tumbler.
Trinica from Florida.
Hi Trinica. So I've got my cups in the background here. The first one we're going to do is this orange one here.
Linda from Oklahoma says hello, and Trinica loves your top.
Oh, thank you, Trinica, and hello.
That would be Linda.
Linda, hi Linda, thanks for coming in today. So we're going to use, I've got a mix here, it's called my Halloween mix. It's an extra fine, it's got the orange and purple in it.
We have Chloe and Yasmin that are new to the page. Chloe is from California.
Hi Chloe, welcome.
And Yasmin.
Hi Yasmin, welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a brush here and I am going to brush on the Mod Podge. Now with this, I am just using a dollar store stainless steel cup here, and I am just painting on this Mod Podge, trying to get it as even as possible. Now when I first started doing cups, this is how I did it, and then I found a different way that I like. And right away you're gonna just start putting on that glitter where you've put the Mod Podge at.
We have Denisha from Arkansas.
Hi, Denisha. How are you today? Welcome. So this glitter, it's not on my store yet at MCS Glitter Company on Etsy, but it will be. I'm getting an order of chunky in so I can make a chunky mix. But there's that Halloween color. Okay, and then we're just going to go around the whole cup. And you can, I'm going to tilt this down so you can see a little better my wax paper that I have that's catching all my glitter.
We have Allison from New York.
Hi, Allison from New York. How are you doing today? Glad you can make it.
Trinica would like to know, does this method last as long as the epoxy?
Yes, yes. Any method is going to last a long time because you're going to cover it with epoxy. You're going to go over it and protect it with that epoxy. So any method will last. And really it comes down to just what you are most comfortable with and what method you like the best. There is no wrong method, you know. I prefer doing it the epoxy method. That's just my special method that I like. And I'll show you why here and why we have to go over it twice. I don't know if you can see real well, but you see those lines, and that's where it's missed. Just go like this. Hopefully I'm coordinated enough today. And then see, I'm just putting it back in the cup. Makes it real easy. And getting it all over. That's why I like two hands. And because the glitter does, you know, kind of get all over your cup, that's why I put the Mod Podge in a Dixie cup. Because it does get on your brush.
Amber Sullivan loves that color.
Great. So next week it will be up in my shop. And like I said, I'll have a chunky brand also. And it's going to be called Halloween. So, again, remember, just try to get it as even as possible on here. And you want to try to overlap it a little too. Sometimes that helps with the line. And then, again, just sprinkle it on.
Oh no, sorry.
And then you want to make sure you're shaking off all that extra. Get off as much as you can of that loose glitter. That helps in the long run. And then I just got this strip here. You see how it kind of picks up that glitter. You might hear my dogs start yelling. They're very upset. They always get upset when we come out here. So I'm just gonna finish up this right here and then shake it off. Now you see I didn't go to the end because this, remember, it is a dollar store cup, so it has that black line around, so I just taped it off.
Allison would like to know, did you sand and paint the cup before this?
Yes, I did. So my cups are sanded, painted. If you want to know how to prepare a cup, go over to my YouTube page, and there is a video on how I prepare a tumbler before I glitter or do anything with it.
And Trinica would like to know, is chunky glitter harder to work with? I've heard a lot of people prefer the fine glitter to work with.
Yeah, chunky glitter is a little harder to work with, but I was honestly thinking of, because I have a whole bunch of chunky glitter coming in next week, thinking about how doing a video on chunky glitter and applying it to a tumbler, because there is a trick to it, and that makes it really easy to work with. So we're just going to set all this over to the side. I am looking.
Aurora would like to know, is that a plastic cup?
The one I just did? No, the one I just did is just a Dollar Tree stainless steel cup. It was, you know, one that you can practice on. I normally don't use those. I don't use those to send them out to customers. I use the hog. Those I just buy to play with and make up new designs and stuff.
Yeah, Tisa didn't know about the sanding and painting.
Yeah, so it's always good to do that. You want to sand it so that when you spray paint it, that that spray paint has something to hold on to. Without it being spray painted, it can slide a little bit. And right now I'm just cleaning up my glitter mess that I made because I was trying to be coordinated. That did not work. It's just a regular lint roller. All right. So the next one we're going to do, and first of all, I am saving my wax paper that I used for the Halloween color and putting that off to the side because we're going to do another layer. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the spray adhesive. Okay, now with this, I'm just putting out some brown paper because I'm going to be spraying that adhesive inside, and I don't want it all over my countertop. So we'll just put this down, and we're going to use the kind of pink color here, right here. Isn't that pretty? Now I haven't named this one, so if any of you want to be in the running to win 2 ounces of this pink glitter, whoever can name it, and we pick to name it, I will send you 2 ounces of this pink glitter.
See what we have.
Okay, so I'm going to get my pink cup here.
Oh, Allison says, tickle me pink.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
And Alma would like to know, how long do you have to let them dry?
So with the Mod Podge, it's usually like an hour or so after you do the second coat. Yeah, about an hour is what I would wait. This method, because it is spray adhesive, working with spray adhesive, the adhesive never dries. So really with this method, you can put it on, put your glitter on, and then put your clear coat on. And then wait 30 minutes and go ahead and epoxy. So this is the faster method compared to the other two.
Okay, Tisa says she doesn't live far from you. Do you ever do hands-on classes, or would you?
You know, I've never done hands-on classes, and it would be kind of hard because I do work nights at the hospital here in Madras. But I am willing to, get together with you and make some cups, definitely.
Trinica would like to know, where do you find the rolls of brown paper? They would be great for a ton of other projects.
Dollar store. I get everything at the dollar store.
Amber Roberts came up with Pink Panther.
Pink Panther, I like that.
And Tisa came up with Twinkle Pink.
Twinkle Pink.
Chloe came up with, Girl's Best Friend for the pink glitter.
Uh-huh.
Trinica came up with Funky Flamingo.
Funky Flamingo. Those are some awesome names.
We have Denisha says Barbie Bling.
Ooh.
Linda says Cancer Pink.
I like that one.
Yasmin, oh, this is a good one, Making Me Blush.
Ooh, I like that too. Gosh, you guys are awesome.
And Chloe also threw out Fight Like a Girl Pink.
I like that one. That one's good. That one is good. All right, so let me go ahead. We're going to spray this on, and you're going to spray it just like you would spray it with spray paint, okay? So you want to kind of just go up and down. Now, one of the reasons why I kind of stay away from the spray adhesive method is because, and it's not a big deal, but you always get those drips on there.
Alma would like to know what kind of spray you're using.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is just Loctite adhesive spray. And I just got it at Walmart.
And Connie came up with Gazing Pink.
Gazing Pink's a good one. I like those. You guys are awesome. That's awesome. Great names. We might do that all the time. Just put out a color there and have you guys name them. That's great. So, like I said, you don't have to rush putting this glitter on because this adhesive is always sticky. So we're just gonna, I've got my new wax paper on the bottom here. And we're just going around the cup.
Christina would like to know, is it good to use the spray adhesive when you're doing like a pencil looking tumbler for every section, or Mod Podge is better for that type of cup?
You know, I would say, because it's, you know, the pencil is more like an ombre, and I would say the Mod Podge. You know, the Mod Podge or the Epoxy method. Both of those would be really great. You know, but like I said, whatever you're more comfortable with, because really you can use either method for the pencil.
Allison would like to know, do you ever use the cup turner?
Do I ever use? I use my cup turner all the time.
And Cherie came up with Pink Dahlia instead of Black Dahlia.
Ooh, Pink Dahlia. Nice.
And Alicia came up with Paisley Pink.
Uh-huh. Those are awesome names.
Got some great names here,
yes.
guys. Alma would like to know why you're using the glue for the orange and why the spray for the pink one. What's the difference?
Okay, so I'm using the glue. This is just a different method. It has nothing to do with the colors or anything like that. I'm just showing you different methods you can use to put on the glitter. The reason for the spray paint is you want to try to get the color because, you know, this is normally what they look like. They're silver. And if you just cover the cup with glitter, no matter what method you're using, you're going to get that silver poking through. So you really want some color under it, and I always try to go closest to what color of glitter I'm using. That way, if there are any little holes or anything like that, when it's all said and done, you're not really going to be able to see it. So that's what where the spray paint comes in handy.
Tisa would like you to explain the pencil cup.
Okay, so a pencil cup is just that. It looks just like a pencil. You have a black, and then you have a wood part, and then the yellow, and then pink up here for the eraser. Yeah, it's really cool looking. You can make a crown cup. You can make any type of, you can make anything out of these cups. Whatever your mind, you know, wherever your mind goes.
Allison would like to know, how hard is it to do two different colors on a cup and to make it almost look like an ombre?
It's not hard at all. Not hard at all. It's, you know, and if you like, we can do one next week.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we can do an ombre next week. I'll just push out what I was going to do next week. And we can definitely do an ombre next week.
And Christina would like to know where you get your tumblers, and I did put a link to the company up.
Okay, so I get my tumblers through Stainless Depot. And there should be a link. My husband should have put a link up in the comments. And there you go. That is a really pretty pink. But, you know, the tack it method does work pretty good. You know, it's not a bad method. It's just not my favorite. I enjoy the epoxy method. But it does work. It does work. And if you have any little holes, like up here towards the top, there's some holes there. You can just take your adhesive here and just spray. Make sure you do not spray over that glitter because it'll make it all sticky. I've already moved it out of the way. And then I bring it on back over and I can just go over it again.
Everybody loves that cup.
You like the color? It's a pretty color, huh? There we go. And those holes are gone. Just like so. And like I said, next step you would want to do with this is spray it with clear spray, and I use Rust-Oleum clear, and let it set for 30 minutes at least, and then you can start put it on the turner and start putting the epoxy on. So we're going to go ahead and put this one over here.
Tisa came up with Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink. I like that. I'm an 80s chick, so I love that.
Oh, Mariela Hernandez is on.
Hi, who is it?
Mariela?
Mariella, hi, how are you doing?
Christina would like to know, are double coats okay even though you're using the spray?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you want it to be, you know, a little bit, you know, look like there's a lot more glitter on there, double coats is fine, totally. So now I'm just going to get this paper out of the way. Sorry about that noise, guys.
Aurora missed the epoxy part. Will she be able to view it again?
I haven't done the epoxy part, so you are in luck.
She's at work, so.
Oh, well, hope you're having a great day at work. And yes, I will be putting this live up on our Facebook page. Also, please, everyone, go to my YouTube page, Mindy's Craft Shack, and subscribe. I've been putting up these videos that we do on here. Sometimes I'll be adding a little extra towards the end, but yes, go to Mindy's Craft Shack on YouTube and make sure you subscribe. And also, again, I will be putting this video up on Facebook. All right, so now we're going to do the epoxy method.
Trinica would like to know, what type of tape do you recommend using?
I use electrical tape. That's all I use. You can get it at the dollar store. I actually got this big roll for like $6 at Harbor Freight. And it had, 10 rolls in it. And it was like $6. So, and that was at Harbor Freight. But yeah, I use electrical tape. For me, it's easier to pull off after I've started epoxying the cup and stuff. So on the like Hydro Sports, where I tape off the rim here and do my first coat of epoxy, it's really easy to come off. So
Linda asked where you get your glitters. I included a link to the MCS Glitter Company.
I get my glitter. It's my glitter company at MCS Glitter Company on Etsy. I've got 10 colors up there so far. Next week I will be adding more colors and more chunkies and stuff like that. So yeah, go ahead and come find me on Etsy at MCS Glitter Company. And I do believe Mike has put up the link for that.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to start the epoxy method. I am going to do, with the epoxy method, you don't need much at all. So even 2.5 is too much. But that's where I'm going to put the lines. Remember, with this epoxy, it's the Alluminite epoxy, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm putting 2.5, and I've marked it. And the reason why I do that is because I'm blind. I can't see those lines. So this just helps me know where I need to stop at.
Trinica would like to know, do you leave the tape on the cups until they're cured?
No, you want to take that tape off. I take it off right away. As soon as I've put that epoxy on, I'm taking that tape off. I have been known to leave it on for 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, and it does come off. But my worry there is that it's already starting to set after that long, and I'm afraid of breaking the seal or something like that. So as soon as I'm done with the first coat, I'm taking that tape off. So I've got A and B here, and I'm going 2.5 with the A part. And again, make sure it is even. And I get the big jugs of the epoxy, and I went to the dollar store, got the condiments bottles, and that's what I store it in to work with. And then to keep it nice and clean, I just take a baby wipe and wipe off the outside of that to keep it from gunking up. And then we're going to do 2.5 of the part B. And then I've got my popsicle stick, and I'm going to put part B into A. And I go, when I'm just going to put these in 1 cup. Usually if I have more than, if I'm filling each cup up with more than 10, then I use a Dixie cup to mix both of them in. But I tend to just go ahead, when I'm mixing this little amount, I go from B, put B into A. And the reason why I do that is because B is thinner and easier to get out.
Baricello just joined.
Hi Baricello, how are you doing?
Says she's sorry she's a little late to the party, had a major crisis.
That's okay. Come on in and relax.
Allison would like to know, do you do any other crafts besides the tumblers?
Yeah, I do. I do wood signs. I've made wood signs. What else do I do? I sew. I do sewing. I have my Cricut. I do stuff with that. But my heart is with cup making. I really enjoy it.
And Trinica would like to know, what's the shelf life of your epoxy?
So, my epoxy is, it does start turning yellow. Good news though, the Alluminite has just come out with a UV protectant epoxy, which I will be switching over to. So it's going to be the Alluminite Clear Cast Plus. Really, that's what you want to get. I would say I buy a jug, a packet of it like once a month. And I would say by the end of that month, it's starting to turn yellow. So I would say probably about a month. Part B turns yellow. So you can still use it, and it doesn't do anything to your cup or anything like that. But especially when it just starts. Now, the darker the yellow, the less clear it's going to be. So
Alma would like to know if you can tell her the name of the products. She doesn't quite know what they are.
Okay.
And Alicia would like to know, do you do the alcohol ink process on tumblers?
Oh yes, I do. I do the alcohol ink process, and I love that. Actually, hold on. I've got one right here that I've done. If you can see that. I just love the swishing it does. And yes, Alma, I will remember to tell you the names of the products. So in case you didn't hear before, the epoxy is Alluminite Clear Cast. Okay, if you're looking to get epoxy, and you want to try the Alluminite, I suggest that you get the Alluminite Clear Cast Plus, because that is UV resistant, so it won't turn yellow. Okay, so now I'm just stirring this up. It's stirred, and there are bubbles in it, but this is going on as such a thin coat that the bubbles aren't even going to matter, and you're going to be covering it up with glitter. So you don't have to heat this or anything. So I'm taking my black tumbler here. This is a hog tumbler. You can get these tumblers through Stainless Depot. She's got a lot of great sales on there, like all the time. And you can set your email up, and she'll send you an email whenever she has a good sale going on.
Aurora has two questions.
Uh-huh.
The first one is, have you ever done any type of bling on the lids? And the second question is, can you put epoxy on plastic cups?
Yes, you can put epoxy like on acrylic cups. Yeah, that's no problem. And as far as bling on the lids, no, I haven't.
And Christina would like to know, do you do hydro dipping?
Yes, I have a video on hydro dipping, and that's on YouTube. So go ahead and go to my YouTube page, Mindy's Craft Shack, and you can see the hydro dipping video. I've also got in store a different technique for dipping, and it's called marbling, and that I'm going to be doing in a couple weeks. So just an update on what I've done. I've taken my black cup. I have spray painted it black with the Rust-Oleum spray paint, and I've just covered my gloves in the epoxy on both hands. And now I'm just going to run my hands down the cup. And because you want this to be paper thin. If you put too much epoxy on and then go to put your glitter in, that glitter is going to set in there, but it's going to drip, and you don't want that. And with this black, you can really tell where you've covered and where you haven't. Like on that lid, you can tell the shiny part, and I haven't covered the bottom yet. And I just take my hand, make sure I go around that rim, and there we go. Okay, and then I'm not going to touch my epoxied cup anymore, so I can take off those gloves. And normally, remember, you do want to wear a mask. I have it here, but I forgot to put it on. And this is such a small amount that I'm really not too worried with those fumes. But if you are, please wear a mask.
Trinica says, thank you for doing this live and being so informative.
Oh, you're welcome. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I love talking to all of you. Thank you for being here and supporting me. This is awesome.
Says, thank you, learning so much.
Good, good, I'm glad. So now, just like the other two, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that black glitter onto the cup. Making sure you get the bottom. And, you know, really the coverage with the epoxy, I just like it so much better. It took me a while to, honestly, when I first started making these, you know, like I said, I was doing the Mod Podge method, and then I learned about the spray adhesive, so I tried that, and I was like, so I went back to the Mod Podge method, and then somebody was like, oh, you can use epoxy. I was so afraid to try it. You know, I was afraid that I was going to get too much on there, that it wouldn't set up, so took me a while to get to that point of trying it, but I did, and I love it. It's my favorite method.
Mary Ellis says first time she's seen this technique and she loves it.
Oh, great. Good.
Allison would like to know, do you only use this method if you don't use paint?
Nope. I use this method no matter what I'm doing. You know, like I said, it's up to you, but you really want to use the paint. Even with this, you are going to have some seep through. You can't tell it because of the paint. But if you just use the regular stainless steel, you have to put on more and more coats to make sure it is fully coated and covered.
Allison would like to know, how fast does the epoxy dry? How long do you have to put the glitter on?
So I get it on right away. It does take, you would want to do it within 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. And as far as letting it sit and dry, I let this sit and dry for at least 6 hours. And after 3 hours, you can go ahead and clear coat it. And then I personally just let it sit for 6 hours.
Talika would like to know, do you reuse the glitter that falls off of what you're pouring on?
Yes, because that would be a lot of waste if you did not. Just real quick, here's that black. Love that black. Again, that is in my craft, or in my glitter shop. Halloween is coming. So, what I use that black for, I want to show you a cup I've made. My Witch's Brew cup. And I use that black on there. And so that is under the epoxy. Love that cup. But yeah, so on the question about reusing your glitter, I do reuse it. So I have this wax paper. If you don't have wax paper, construction paper, paper plate will work just fine. Fold it in half, and then you can just put it back in the bottle, just like so.
Everybody loves your Witch's Brew cup.
Oh, thanks. It was pretty fun to make. And voila, you've just saved a whole bunch of glitter.
Aurora would like to know, do you have a water slide video?
I don't, but have been wanting to do one, so I will do a water slide video. I do have a cup on there that I used water slide, but I didn't put up like the process of the water slide, but would be happy to do so. You bet. All right.
Allison says, you're so talented. Alicia
Thanks.
and I are trying it this weekend, and we are so nervous.
You know, don't be nervous. You guys are going to do awesome. Like I said, go get some of those dollar store cups, stainless steel cups, and just have fun and play with it. Get familiar, find techniques that work for you, and just have fun. Okay?
Trinica would like to know, how did you make the bubbles on the Witch's Brew cup?
Ah, yeah. So, funny thing, I used beads, just those half beads. That makes the bubbles on there. So,
How do you put them on there?
how do I put them on there? I just use the E600 glue and stick them on there. And if you guys want to, I can, we can do a live on how to make that also. Be willing to do that too.
Allison would like to know, when can you put vinyl on a cup? Do you put more epoxy on afterwards?
Okay, so let's do a little story. I did a cup one time, my first time, and you know, I was putting the vinyl on. It came out perfect, didn't have any problems. Second time, it was a few months later, and I was like, oh geez, do I put the vinyl on before I epoxy or after? So I tried to put it on before I epoxied, and the vinyl will not stick. So answer to your question, you put your first layer of epoxy over that glitter, sand it after it's dry, and then put your vinyl on. And then, yes, you're going to coat that with epoxy with 2 or 3 more layers of epoxy. So you're going to have a total of anywhere between 3 and 4 layers of epoxy on your cup.
Trinica would like to know, are water slides fairly easy to work with?
I haven't had a problem working with them. They're pretty easy. I've known people that have had problems, but it's come really easy to me. So I'm going to have to say no, it's not hard.
Mariella would like to know the stand where your cups are, where you're drying at.
Yeah.
Is that handmade or did you buy that?
Yeah, no, it's handmade. Honestly, it's just a 4x4. I cut off, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches of that 4x4 and nailed it to the top here. And then I took a 1x2 and put it on the bottom for a base. And then used the method that we used on the cup turner for the top shelf. Just use that to go down the line. I've actually got 2 of them going, or have 2 of them.
Tisa would like to know, what grade of sandpaper do you use?
Okay, so when you're sanding your cup to prepare it, I use 60 grit. When you've epoxied your cup and after you've put the glitter on and all that, I use 200 grit. Because after you've epoxied it and everything, you don't want deep gashes into it. So, and it's just a light sanding. It's nothing, you shouldn't have to sand it so hard because of bumps and stuff like that. You should be able to just, give it a nice, almost like a wiping down with the sandpaper, and that's 200 grit. All right, so go ahead.
Real quick, Aurora would like to know, what's the turnaround time for the epoxy to dry and cure after the last coat?
So after the last coat of epoxy, it dries within that 12 hours, and then I like to wait 3 days after it's dried. So, that 12 hours is included into that 3 days. So after it's all done, and I say 3 days, it's fully cured in 3 days.
And Trinica wants to know, is the cup much heavier after all the glitter and epoxy and vinyl?
It's a little bit heavier, but not too much. Not too bad at all. Like a package for my 40 ouncer, it's under 2 pounds to ship it.
And Connie wants your cup holder stand.
Okay. Connie, if you'd like, I can make a video on how I make it and put it up there. Very easy to make. So we're taking that orange Halloween cup again, and now we're going to start going over the glitter and adding more glitter on. You can kind of see where there's those holes, and this is the main reason why I don't like the epoxy or the Mod Podge technique anymore, because you have to use twice the amount of glitter. And honestly, if you're making and selling these, you want to save money anywhere you can. Okay, so again, normally what you would do is go ahead and clear spray this cup, okay? Wait 30 minutes, and then, start doing your second coat. I'm not going to spray the clear spray in here because even though I do have ventilation, it would just really stink up my room, and I don't want it throughout my house. So,
Allison would like to know, do you do second coats for all of your methods?
nope, the only one I do a second coat on is usually this one. The epoxy method, I've never had to do a second coat on.
And Tisa would like to know how you apply the epoxy when you already have glitter on the cup.
Oh, yeah. So very simple to do. Let me show you after we get the glitter on this. I will just kind of show you how I do it. Kind of run through it. I won't, I'll bring my turner over here and I won't actually do it, but I'll show you how I do it. So again, we're just going over, you see the thin layer of Mod Podge on there. And this is, you kind of have to remember where you start and where you stop.
Tisha would like to know what type of clear spray you use.
It's the Rust-Oleum Clear Matte.
Crystal would like to know, are you sealing the cup or are you applying a second layer to get it totally covered in glitter?
I am, usually I would seal the cup with the clear matte and then put my second layer on, but for all purposes I'm just going through and putting the second layer on. But yes, normally I would go through and clear coat it. And here we go, covering up those areas. And with the Mod Podge, you want to be kind of quick.
Sharonda would like to know, would you still need to paint your tumbler if it's already the same color as the glitter you'll be using?
No. So if you're using, I know some of the cups, and like at Stainless Steel, she has some of the cups that are black and white. And so if you're using black or white, no, you wouldn't have to spray paint it.
And Crystal would like to know, do you clear coat it with the spray?
Clear coat it with the spray, yes. With the clear coat spray. Here, let me get it real quick. It's just right over here. This is what I use, the Rust-Oleum Clear Matte Spray. And I've tried other clear sprays, and honestly, if you are using white, like I've done the triple action clear spray, it turns it green. It'll turn your white glitter green. So I don't, but I've never had a problem with the Rust-Oleum Clear Matte.
Shrinika would like to know, will you be able to show us what it looks like when you take the tape off?
Yeah, I can take the tape off as soon as we get done putting the glitter on, you bet. Because I'm not going to do anything with this cup anyways, because like I said, it's a dollar store one. It's just to play with. I'll probably put it through, get all the glitter off by stripping it and reusing it again. I'm all about anywhere I can save a penny, I save it. All right. I think we've almost got it covered here. Excuse me. So real quick, and then remember, and no matter what method you use, you want to get the excess glitter off. I'm starting to get in a hurry. I need to slow down a little because I'm making a mess. All right. Another reason why I do not enjoy the epoxy method, or I'm sorry, I keep saying I love the epoxy method, but the Mod Podge method, and I don't know if it's because I'm just being overly like judgmental of my own work, but I always see like these lines, and that really bugs me. So, and they are just, you know, really no way to get them out.
Crystal would like to know, can you seal it with a polyacrylic clear?
You know, I don't know. I've never used that, so I wouldn't be able to say yes or no. So maybe that's something you might want to try and see if it works, and if it does, let us know. So now I'm just taking off the tape, and because really you don't want that glue to dry too much on that tape, because one of the other things with the Mod Podge method is when you do tape something off, I have had a problem before where I've taken the tape off and part of the glitter and glue that's dried has come off with it. So you have to kind of go in and fix it up with a nice little brush and re-glitter that area. And voila! And like I said, this is just a, you know, dollar store cup. But I do like that color. All right. So I'm going to pick the person. First of all, that's your 3 methods. If you have any further questions on those methods that you think of later, go ahead, drop me a line, and I will be happy to help you through something. Alrighty, so we are done with that part. So I am going to go ahead and name my pink glitter. Where did my pink glitter go? Right here. You know what? The name that keeps running in my mind is Fight Like a Girl. I love that. So we're going to go through the listing there, and whoever put Fight Like a Girl, please email me and we'll double check it. Don't email me, message me, and we'll double check it against the comments, and I will send you 2 ounces of this pink.
Tisa just came up with Pinkalicious.
Pinkalicious, that's good. That's good. All right, everybody, I had so much fun today. I hope to see y'all next week. Just a real quick shout out to MCS Glitter Company for my glitters on Etsy. Please go take a look-see and get yourself some glitter. Also, my for my tumblers, that's at Mindy's Craft Shack US. And so if you don't want to make tumblers, but you like to buy tumblers, go ahead and look me up there. Also, go ahead, go to my YouTube page and subscribe, Mindy's Craft Shack on YouTube. Again, I had so much fun. Love you guys. Bye. Have a great weekend.